In this video, I'm going to be discussing, is Nvidia a good stock to buy now? And I'm going to be doing an Nvidia or NVDA stock review 2020. Now, with an earnings report coming up in just 2 days, it's going to be really interesting to see how the stock reacts to the good or bad news. So if you're interested in that, please keep watching. Now, before anything, I would like to say I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not an expert or professional trader. I'm just sharing my opinions and experiences within the markets, as I have found some success in the last 3 years of trading and investing in stocks. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button, as it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Alright, let's get right into this. So currently, Nvidia is priced at $350 a share. It's sitting at a market cap of $215 billion. So by no means is this a small company, right? This is one of the top companies and will most likely continue to grow in market value in the coming future. But we want to know what's going on right now. Now, if you don't even know what Nvidia is, I'll give you a very simple explanation here off Google. And it's essentially an American technology company incorporated in Delaware and based in Santa Clara, California. It designs graphics processing units for the gaming and professional market, as well as system-on-a-chip units for the mobile computing and automotive market, right? So essentially, this company's main focus is graphics for computers, laptops, notebooks, PCs, right? Tons and tons of electronic devices. Now, moving on to the price action or technical analysis, which I'm sure a lot of you are watching this video for. So currently, Nvidia is sitting at $359 a share. It's up about 2% today, and I'm looking at daily candlesticks here. We can see here that we're pretty much at all-time highs, right? We're even higher than we were back in February, as not many stocks are at all-time highs right now. On February 21st, we were sitting at about $311 a share. We dropped all the way down to about $190 a share for a total loss of about 40%, which is obviously insane for such a short period of time. However, we bounced back even faster, gaining a staggering 90% in about 2 months, right? And that's absolutely incredible. And a lot of investors and traders are very bullish for Nvidia and believe it will continue growing. Back on March 25th, we had a moving average cross paired with MACD cross, which was a very bullish signal. Ever since then, we have continued to stay above the moving average and the Kelter channels, which, if you don't know, the Kelter channels are just these blue channels here. They're similar to Bollinger Bands, but they basically signify an uptrend or a downtrend. When we stay on top of the blue line here, that's a very bullish sign. However, if we dip below the Kelter channels and stay below the blue line, then that would be a very bearish signal. Now, looking at the past 5 years, the stock has absolutely skyrocketed. Back in 2015, it was only around $10 to $15, which is absolutely insane. And if we look at the growth since then, it's over 2,000%, which is absolutely incredible and really just shows how fast companies and stocks can move. So 2,000% is pretty much 20x, right? So let's say if you put $1,000 in, you now have 20,000. If you put 100,000 in, you now have 2 million, right? And that's really amazing, but of course, that's not the case for everyone's investments or trades with Nvidia, right? If you invested in the stock before 2017 or before 2016, you should absolutely be profitable as long as you didn't sell your shares. So on the short term, guys, we are looking really bullish, right? We're at all-time highs. We're above the moving average. The MACD is bullish as well. We have no real resistance ahead of us since we are at all-time highs. However, there's always psychological resistance. But I think if we can manage to stay above the $315 level, that would be very bullish, and we could continue moving up, especially if the rest of the market decides to bounce back with it, because I really think Nvidia will follow what the rest of the market's doing. So if the rest of the market decides it's going to go into another crash, then Nvidia most likely will too. But if other stocks decide to keep moving up and pushing past all-time highs, then I could see Nvidia going even higher, which would obviously be very good for investors and traders. Now, another really cool tool I like to use is Fibonacci retracement. Fibonacci retracement allows us to see different support regions and resistance zones. So for example, if we start from the bottom on June 5th, 2019 and move it up to the high that we had back in February, we can see that we bounced off one of the major Fibonacci support regions, which is the 0.618 level. Literally to the dot, we bounced off it, which is really good to see because we know that we could be in a potential short-term bull trend or bull market, right? I'm not going to say long-term because anything can change very quickly right now, especially with the volatile market and economy we're in, but that was a significant bounce at that level, and we continue moving past passed above the high back in February, which is definitely a bullish sign. So overall, I think Nvidia stock is doing really good right now. It could be a potential good buy if you're trading it for the next month or 2 months, right? It could definitely move up further. However, you might want to wait for a pullback so you can get in at a better price. As long as we stay above that high back in February, I would say you can still make some good money trading this stock if you know how to use technical indicators and patterns and all that good stuff, right? If you're investing for the next 10 to 20 years, right, you obviously want to get in at the best price. So at the moment, you might actually want to wait for confirmation for a bull stock market or economy, right? However, rich is all made in bear markets, right? Because smart investors come in and they buy up the stock when it's at its low. In this instance, that would be around this region, right? The $310 to $320 region. That would be a really good point for buying for the future. However, how did you know that it was going to go up from there? How did you not know it was going to go down, right? And that's why I say wait for confirmation of a bull market or even bull trend if you would like. But if you do that, you're obviously going to lose out on some of those initial gains, right? You have to understand that. Are you a risky investor or would you rather be a safe investor? Personally, I like to be a safe investor because nobody knows what the bottom is or what the top is, right? So I wait for confirmation before making any investments. However, I definitely trade the stocks as they're moving sideways. So that's my opinion on Nvidia's technicals. I think on the short term, it looks very bullish. You might want to wait for a pullback to actually get in and trade the stock. Other than that, we need to be patient and see what the rest of the market's going to do for the next 6 months. Now, moving on to Nvidia's fundamentals, which is obviously very important if you're investing in this stock. If you're trading it, you don't necessarily have to look at all of these fundamental indicators, but it might help you to get a better understanding of the overall company. Now, as you guys probably know, I like to look at revenue, net income, profit margins, assets, liabilities, all that good stuff when I'm analyzing companies I want to invest in. Looking at Nvidia, it's a very financially healthy company. In 2017, they had sales of $6.91 billion and net income of $1.67 billion. And then in 2019, they had $11 billion in revenue and $4.14 billion in net income, which is really good. And so far in 2020, they've had $10 billion in revenue already and $2.8 billion in profit, which is really good to see. And if we look at the Q1 earnings report for 2020, we can see that they actually beat the earnings per share goal by 22 cents. And they beat every earnings per share goal since Q2 of 2019. So this company definitely knows how to make sales and actually profit off those sales. The Q2 earnings report for 2020 is coming up on May 21st or in 2 days, right? And I think we'll beat those goals also because Nvidia has seemed to have no problem with the current market conditions and they're still increasing those sales, profits, and even share price during these difficult times. Now, this is probably my favorite part of the company. Their assets are at $17.3 billion and their liabilities are only $5.1 billion. And if you look, their assets are increasing at a much faster rate than their liabilities, which is a really good sign of a financially healthy and stable company, and it's not going to go out of business anytime soon. I really see Nvidia continuing to grow, and to be honest, I can see Nvidia being a $1 trillion company within the next 5 to 10 years. That's just my opinion, right, guys? So if you have your own opinion, please comment below, as I'm really interested in knowing how you guys feel about the stocks I actually talk about on my channel. So that's why I like to reply back to every comment that I receive. So overall, Nvidia is a very healthy company that I can see continuing to grow in the future. The revenue is increasing, their earnings are increasing, their assets are also increasing at a very rapid rate. However, their liabilities are not, which is the key sign of a good company. And not only do their financials look great, the actual products they sell are very high quality and their customers love their products, which is a good sign as well because they're going to keep buying their products for as long as they love them. So that's my take on Nvidia. I think it's looking really bullish in the short term and even the long term if we continue this move up and the rest of the market decides to move up even more, which could push Nvidia stock even higher, hopefully past the $375 to $400 levels. I hope you guys like my Nvidia stock review, technical analysis, and fundamental analysis. If you would like to invest or trade any stocks commission-free, I would recommend a platform called Wealthsimple Trade. It's a very easy to use app that you can just download on your iOS or Android device, and you can start buying and selling thousands of stocks and ETFs completely commission-free. Now you might say, well, there's tons of other brokers that already do this. However, in Canada, there's currently no other way that you can buy and sell stocks for free. So Wealthsimple is a really good option for Canadians out there, and you can sign up very easily easily. There's no fees to deposit or withdraw, which is great. And you can start trading pretty much right away. Now, if you are in the US and you already use Webull or Robinhood, those are definitely great platforms, but I do recommend you trying this out because it's new and I think you might enjoy how simple it is to use. So if you do want to sign up, there will be a link below. And if you use my link to sign up and deposit over $100, we will both receive $5 completely free. So it will really help support me and this channel so I can keep pumping out awesome content for you guys. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, you can follow my Instagram at JacksonSummers111. I post all types of motivational and interesting content there, and you'll be alerted anytime a new video comes out. So thanks again for watching. Have a great day and peace.